livery. Next car that we swing to is the Toyota of Ben Mellors. Ben, another second generation competitor. It is Alex Lee sitting alongside him, and these two will be very competitive, and I suspect will set the target time now within the actual time competition. Ahead of them should be, haven't seen it yet, but it should be on the stage, the Lancia Stratos of Max Girardot. It's an older car, admittedly, but the Stratos, always a fabulous looking car, and that's the first one to run within the timed group. But you can see the energy being put in here by Ben Mellors as he accelerates up towards the climb around the outside of Madgwick. So is this going to go fastest of all? So far in the sectors, the answer is yes. Max Girardot goes through, does his time. And a 1:23.8 then, the time to beat. Ben Mellors looks like he's going to be able to do it then as he comes up towards the line. Let's see, the clock carries on ticking. There's the clock. So away from the start, through the tunnel. And it's not wide, believe me, through there. But glass out the other side, flicks the car through that 90 left, burst of acceleration, and then it's left and left again through effectively an elongated hairpin. Still staying on tarmac here. Got the race circuit chicane to the right, round the back of the buildings, into the donut. Throw the car in, four-wheel drive, remember. Reese Yates accelerates then onto the gravel. Traction bites, drags him out the other side. Despite the rain in the air, very quick, very precise as the car danced its way up around the top of the stage on the gravel, and then the road dips downhill. That is where Kevin Ferber got it wrong. No such dramas though for Reese Yates. Sprints his way through that little chicane, back onto tarmac, and then accelerating up towards the line. Max Girardot. The Lancia Stratos then, dating back to 1974, blasts away, and now we're into the proper timed runs here for SS3. The best sounding rally car ever, discussed. It's got to be up there, hasn't it? So Max Girardot, Marcus Willis sitting alongside him, now guide the car towards the chicane on the race circuit, then onto the tarmac in the opposite direction from the race use. That's the chicane exit, Missy Woodcote. The headlights coping with the gloom, so the sectors, the splits within this, get a proper timed run at the end and see exactly what sort of pace Stratos has. You can anticipate the newer cars in the time run, of course, to go faster, but even so, the Stratos is being driven with a great deal of commitment, no question about it. So off the racetrack, back to that perimeter road, and then approaching the chicanes that will take him towards the tunnel, and then up towards the flying finish here. Max Girardot onto the power. Accelerates now to the tunnel. That wags out, doesn't it, in that typical Stratos fashion, rear-wheel drive car through the tunnel, out the other side. Down through the gears, turn sharp left, up towards the flying finish. And let's see what Max Girardot can do. It's a 1:48.5 at Bradgate on the first lap. And all quickly drove out of the gravel trap again with their four-wheel drive, leaving marshals with nothing to do. Away goes the 205 T16, the ex-Ewa Kankkunen car, which is being driven by Lee Kedwood. So this is the T16 E2. the second generation with the extra front aero, the big rear wing on the back. It was Ari Vatanen that debuted and showed instantly the pace of the 205, but the world champion that drove one initially was Timo Salonen, and then Juha Kankkunen took the 1986 crown after the exclusion was overturned of Peugeot from the Sanremo rally. Marco Allen thought he'd won it because he went off and did, not many people did, but he did the Olympus rally in America at the very end of the season and got enough points to win the championship. But when the officials overturned the exclusion of the 205s from Sanremo, Kankkunen got his points back and ultimately won the championship. So Marco Allen was never World Rally champion. So Lee Kedward pushing on. 205 T16, another car, of course, that evolved into a very good rallycross car when Group B machinery suddenly needed a new home. But the Peugeot programme, overseen by Jean Todt, who recruited Ari Vatanen, as I say, for the original 205, along with Bruno Sabi, and then went after Timo Salonen and Juha Kankkunen for subsequent seasons. Built a very, very strong team, no doubt about that. And drivers and manufacturers' crowns fell to Peugeot before it elected to rework the cars for rally raids like the Paris-Dakar and also think about Pikes Peak. So Lee Kedward through, goes through the fly.